record scratch, freeze frame. Now you might wonder how I managed to get myself into this situation with my small Swedish army of 4,000 men against an enemy Russian army of 18,000 soldiers. Well, I'll have to go back, take a load, a save, and then explain how this happened, but I think you all can kind of tell how this worked out, so maybe it's just easier if I go ahead and play the battle, and then I'll show you the outcome of what happened leading up to this. Oh, well, I'll explain it afterwards, or this entire video will just be one battle, given the fact that I'm facing 18,000 Russians, which is, I've said it quite a few times, that I think this is the biggest battle I've had so far in this campaign. This is definitely the biggest one I've had. I can't think right now off the top of my head if I've had any bigger, but I think, not in this, but like in all my campaigns, I think maybe I had one that would break this in Napoleon Total War 3 mod. I think I had a battle closer to 20,000. Or well, maybe where the total amount of people were about 20,000. But I'm not entirely sure if I ever faced an army of 18,000 enemies. It's more or less the entire... Well, it isn't the entire Russian army. They probably have another 18,000 out there. But I think I've already explained that if I went to war with Russia again, that my navy that was stationed up here would come down, it would pick up the army right here, and so move them to this location right here, so as they would not have to move through the forested area and risk being ambushed. That's what sort of happened last time, moving in through this area. I have actually captured an area down below, and I was going to do a video on that, that was going to be part of this video, that siege was going to be part of this video, but then I realized, you know, I'm going to have to restart the video just because there's no way I'm going to fit part of a siege and some other stuff in together with a battle of 18,000 men and still keep the video sort of around 30 to 45 minutes. That's not going to happen. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and explain how this came about after the video, rather than going into it right now. I could load a save, but I actually realized that I can load a save, but I actually realized that I don't have one for the previous turn, since this is actually during the enemy's turn. So I have the opportunity here of a pretty darn massive battle, so I think I've explained it enough. So without further ado, let's go ahead and have the biggest battle yet in this series, and once and for all, hopefully, destroy the Russians. And so here we are on the battlefield. I don't really like the terrain. It's not super well favored towards me, so that's going to be a problem. We're going to start off with hussar movements. We're going to try to get the enemy to come and attack us, rather than them just sitting back here. So I've strung out my line so to the point where I actually meet the red line over here. These guys should actually probably be up on the hill there, and also peeking through the forest. These guys in the open should probably be a little bit back. I've got some reserves, and then it's strung out almost all the way over to the red line on that side. So that should do fine. Right, the enemy here is actually looking the wrong way, since the enemy is doing one of their normal weird shuffles, where they decide to shuffle the entire line. Let's make sure that we try not to shoot each other, but it looks like it's going to work fine. Telling both the hussars units to fire here. First one took about 55 enemies. Let's see if we can maybe... Nice shot. Now let's pull back and hold fire. So we were able to kill quite a lot out of this unit, and we managed to, we lost some horsemen. We haven't got them to attack yet though, which is unfortunate. Which might mean that I have to come to them. Then this could actually be a nice base for me, because there's a nice hill with which I can store my cannons on. The question is, or not the question, but the thing is to be able to do it in such a way as to not get destroyed marching to this position. Because in marching order, my men will be easy targets for their the enemy's superior numbers of cavalry. Looks like they're actually drawing into line again. We'll go into the forest, be able to come in from the side, shoot these guys again, and Bob's your uncle, hopefully, and we'll destroy them. I need my normal cavalry over here as well, since I can see enemy cavalry closing in. And then we have this little shitty unit that's closing in, which I don't know how they're able to even hold together with only 4 men. Gonna let this one fire first, and then this one. Gonna see about trying to strike these guys before they are able to return fire on us. And we were able to. And the enemy is wavering and they're broken. We've got a militia unit beyond that. Pull back towards the forest. Tell the units to open fire at will. Let's see. Boom! A nice hit again. Let's tell these hussars to go ahead and... Ah, shit. These guys are screwing around. It's only militia. Ooh, that charge took a heavy toll on the Russians. And the unit is broken, so we've broken 2 enemy line infantry units rather quickly here. With the fact that now the enemy is advancing on us, we need the cavalry back at base, as it were, and I'm not entirely sure if we will continue harassing the enemy here. I need to focus my effort now on defeating the cavalry, which is coming in here from the side here. So I want all the cannon units to target these dragoons at the same time as my cavalry is making its way back, ready to support on this side. They're making a slow advance. There's no infantry support, which means I can hold fire on most of these units. And then as the enemy gets really close, that's when I will unleash hell upon them. And we'll get the hussars to support back here. Cannon's not really in an angle to fire and support my infantry on this side. However, you can see the enemy is not supporting this side with any infantry, which is rather foolish. And they've actually split the line, and you can see all the infantry on this side, while all the cavalry is on this side. It's another shitty unit of just 2 enemies. Okay, we're gonna have to be careful here. Okay, I can already see a problem here. Cavalry, move quickly to support. And you know what? I don't see the enemy making any quick movements on this side. Okay, they're gonna stay out there and fire. At this range, I fired too early, but I I didn't want the enemy to get the first and only shot off. Damn, they took a lot of my men here. However, we took a lot of them. No, I think they actually killed their own there. That's the problem with hussars, but damn, they're taking a lot of troops out of this unit. Gonna pull it back, run, and we're gonna get these two to quickly move in, try to attack these guys. We've got these really close. So that kink in the line is not really helpful. So pull back a bit. Get my cavalry stuck in, destroy those guys. The enemy's firing back. There's a lot of enemies coming in here. Cannons hold fire and then fire at will again to pick new targets, hopefully. We've got enemies coming close. Open fire. These two units will pull back, hoping to draw the enemy closer. This one was killed. Get some round shots off into the flank of this one. Got some good angles here. This unit is taking fire. I can swing these guys up, but I want to wait until till we've got the cavalry situation under control. Right, now those guys were sent off. Not entirely sure where these guys are going. The infantry here, I think, are slow and... Ooh, look at those. We're gonna get shots coming straight down through there. So really cutting this line apart. Looks like they're about to give up. You know what? The enemies are close there. Why don't you fire canister? It might actually be useful at that range. If they come even closer, I'll tell the reserve unit to open fire as well. Ooh, let's see some good canister here. Boom! Surprised that this unit stands. Where are these guys going? Don't touch my blood cannons. Right, now I can't move this one. The enemy general, for once, with their retarded cavalry attacks, actually go ahead and kind of kill themselves by throwing themselves towards these two units before they're even kind of ready. Right, we'll swing these guys up. Now, when most of this first attack has been blunted and destroyed... Ah, shit, I missed something here. A unit of dragoons. The enemy cavalry is closing in. I haven't told these two units to open fire yet. I might just hold off with that a bit longer. Pick targets at will. What's going on here? This unit followed the enemy general out there. Wasn't that nice? Cavalry unit falling back. Right now, actually going pretty darn nice. We have more or less killed off the first full stack. And I haven't suffered too badly, considering I've taken out so many enemies. Some units here on the front line have suffered about 100 man casualties. If you would to please open fire and destroy the enemy. And send these two bastards off. That would be nice. Cavalry fight over here is not really going in my favor right now. What we're going to do is we're going to have the hussars posted really close. Oh, not that close. God damn it. We just shot our own men in the back, didn't we? Luckily the forest was there to cover most of it. Damn, that was stupid. Right. I'm gonna pull these two back. As I pull them back, then I want you guys to fire. So now you're allowed to fire and break the Russians. And then hold fire. Not you, actually. You can fire. And then we'll pull back on that one, destroy that one. Okay, right now this unit is somehow being able to fire from a further distance than ours. So we'll have to pull that, pull forward the troops and open fire. Oh, nasty situation is taking place over here as we've got multiple enemy regiments closing in. Got lots of enemies coming in here. I want a little bit of a rearrangement here. And then the cannons to open fire. Right, we're shooting here. The hussars. Why don't you move into the flank? And then we've got another hussar unit. And then I want these regiment of horse going towards the center, because now the attack is more going on this side. Thought there was a general's unit moving in. Keep coming closer. Let us destroy you. The enemy was pushed back. It's time to send in this one, pull this one back. And we'll wait for it a little bit. Get closer. Okay, there we go. 116. Didn't actually kill that many enemies. We'll pull back and let the enemy get gunned down by the infantry. Lot of enemies coming in through here. If the artillery, it looks like the artillery is already focusing in on this area. Should be fine on their own then. Station the hussars here. Enemy dragoons are getting shot down. Got reserves. These reserves are fine. The line on this side is fine. Small enemy regiment of horse unit horsing around in front of us. But not for long though. Down to night. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of enemies right here. I don't like when this is going. Which seems to be right towards my bloody cannons. No cannons. You'll have to fall back then. You want to be stupid like that? Okay, so now I can only really move one cannon around, so looks like we won't be able to use our cannons in an offensive way. Infantry up front. Keep punishing these guys. Fire at will. See about sending these guys off. If that's a plan, we killed another enemy general. Enemy cavalry unit is pulling away. Get back on those cannons. Let's see. Oh, so then maybe it's you they're fighting. Cannons bodyguard should be able to get rid of those. Now back up front to the cannons. We have a lot of these stupid enemy dragoon shits. Right up here on the side, shoot them to pieces. So far I see no reason to switch anyone on the front line just yet, but we'll probably have to do that at some point. Go on, fire. And then it would be nice if you could fire as well before the enemy does. And hold fire. Oh, I know. Let's ride somewhere completely different. Come on, get rid of those guys. And then we'll take this one, and now it's actually infantry going against our lines. This one might need to be changed pretty darn soon. Come on, why haven't... Can't believe you haven't broken this guy yet. One of my cannons is retreating, but that's not that surprising given the amount of fire it took. 2 enemy units just running there we go. Run up close. Make sure you're not on fire at will, so you don't shoot each other. The Russian unit decides to just, or both of them just decide to stand right in front of the line. Charge afterwards. Get rid of that guy. Got 9 infantry. See about these hussars could ride up, get a shot off, and then retreat. Yeah, this one needs to be switched out for another one. Perfect target flag. But we've got another bloody Cossack unit coming up, so hussars need to pull back, and then we'll replace this unit. So you're now in the reserves. The guy behind the cannons, I mean, the cannon's not doing that well at this point. At least the regiment of horse was destroyed. I mean, I've lost a lot of men, so I'm looking where I should shrink the line. I definitely could shrink it on the right. We don't need to stretch that far out. Concentrate all fire towards this regiment right here. Didn't I tell you to fire it well? There we go. Push some good fire on the enemy. This one actually needs to be replaced as well. Or rather than... ah, damn it. They managed to get in on the flank of my hussars and shoot them down. The other unit will chase them because they're 72, so they might come back. Okay, so we broke down those guys. Now the cannons will focus in on the center unit. It's definitely a hard fight here now. I'm gonna throw these guys forwards. Let this unit come close and let it destroy itself. When it's destroyed itself... oh. You know what? My 2 cavalry units need to get out here and get these guys because they're broken pretty early. Ooh, some nice cannon shots going through here. And kind of wavering this guy, breaking him even. Nice fire going in. Straight on that bastard. What's going on? Oh no, my hussars! Caught in a trap. And they're not going to be able to... that's not going to go well for them. Hussars are gone. Right, we were able to smash through there. But there's no further targets. Yeah, you know what? There are. Towards the center. Cannons. The 2 cannons that are left will hold fire. Right. I want you guys to chase down this. The lines will continue as there are. continue to chase these. This one seems to be kind of on the far edge of... he's being defeated. Watch out for those missile cavalry, those Tartar units. Get the cavalry back here. Ride through our lines, get back to positions. Given the amount of men we've lost in the center, we're gonna go ahead and start shrinking the line on this side. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 2 units, station them like that, and then put you here as a reserve, ready to replace, or just put 2 units instead of 1 holding down a section of the line, and then we're gonna move the same over here. But given the enemy is so close already, and with cavalry, we're gonna hold this for a little bit longer. And there's a massive amount of enemy troops coming straight forwards here. We've got this regiment of horse going in close. And not entirely sure where they're going though. See, General's Bodyguard, pretty strong unit, so he should be able to see the bastards off. And then we have good fighting on this side, blasting the enemy. Not really being able to withstand our fire as they approach. And this Russian attack has faltered. I don't know, at this point, I don't know how many bloody attacks we have been able to repulse, but I imagine that we still got a long way to go. We've beaten a lot of enemy regiments, but there's still a lot of them left. This cannon unit seems to be broken, so you guys can retreat. Which means I'm no longer beholden to hold this region to protect my cannons. Right now we've got a lot of enemies retreating all over the place. First and first, we can move up here, and I will plug the gap like so, just to get some better angle on shooting down this militia unit. And then on this side we'll pull back, try to drag the enemy with us to get into a better position where we'll be able to kill them off. So these two falling back. There are plenty of enemies though. We got there's some batteries that have turned up now. There's single cannon batteries. Still a lot of cavalry. A lot of enemies are retreating. There's still quite a lot of enemy regiments are pulling forwards. So my line has shrunken a little bit, or at least we've given up this area, which maybe I shouldn't have held it at all to begin with, but that's that. Are they shooting for my general? I think they are. The general will move more over here, so there's more forest in between the cannon that's firing on him and the enemy. You know what? A lot of these units are actually hidden in the forest, so I can hold them off and then let them fire once the enemy gets close. If the enemy intends to get close, it looks as though he's not. Oh, here he comes. Yeah, it looks very much like that stupid cannon is firing from my general. Or maybe it's not. I think it might be shooting for this one. We'll just put the general back a bit, so he's not coming right into the enemy fire. I want to do some aggressive movements, but I don't really have the cavalry to support. And we can see the enemy has 3 full-size cavalry regiments. I mean, I don't have to push far here to fire into their flank. And I could move out to take this ridge. Problem with that is I can't protect this far out, and we've got enemy cavalry regiments turning up. But what I could do is send one in a quick attack on the flank right here. This militia unit. He won't be able to fire until I'm over the ridge. Oh, now they're actually coming for us. I think. No, they're pulling back again. And as I pull up for my attack, the enemy has fallen back and reorganized their line to the point where this one is now in a dangerous position, seeing as though a large enemy unit is closing in. I think they've stopped their attacking just for the fact that they now enjoy superiority in artillery, which means they can sit in their position and fire up and blast me, even though they only have like 2 guns. They have a really strong position here, which I don't really like. If they would come down on my units over here. Looking at possibly pulling back then through this forest back to this one, holding all the way here. Then we've got a, is it a wall? No, it's just a hedge, and then a forest over here, because right now the enemy is not moving and we need something to start the conflict back up again. Or unless we want to just look at each other from across this field. Okay, they're moving. I have to remember to turn some of these guys' fired will back on. It's a Swedish ruse. It looks as though we're leaving the place while we're actually still in place. And once the enemy gets close to the forest, we'll reveal ourselves and shoot you to bits. Oh, this one has revealed itself. Then this one might as well reveal itself too. Come closer, stupid dragoons, and I should give you good fire. And also push this one out into the flank. If you get close, I'll tell the reserves to fire at you, and you're gone. And as the enemy is pulling forwards here, we'll move back to our position, or not really, but to this ridge. I want the cavalry to aid here in a possible counter charge. And these 2 units being ready to flank. Look at that. The enemy is in disarray and is pulling back. 2 reserve units. It's not actually that many units on the front line that is holding off the enemy. So these 44 will move to this flank, ready to charge the enemy. Don't like this one though. That looks a bit nasty, so we're gonna have to pull back. You hold fire. You hold fire as well. Ooh, we gotta keep an eye on this flank as enemy cavalry is pulling forwards. And then we can switch the lines here. Have you move like that. Fire at will, so forth. I'm sure we'll be able to put down some good fire down towards this square, which they've decided to put right there. Right now the strong point is over here. Oh, I forgot my cavalry. Why don't you charge in and take out the militia? The center needs support, so I wanted 2 reserve units over there. Enemy regiment of horse decide to bypass the flank, which I thought they were going to go for. And they ride themselves straight to death by riding in front of my lines. And looks like we have an absolute catastrophe unfolding in front of us in terms of what the silly Russians are doing to themselves. Need to stop this one from firing, and as I'm doing that, I'm gonna pull the lines forwards and be able to shoot the enemy. Oh, look at that. Got enemy coming in. What I'll do is I'll get you behind here and you to come out to the flank and you to hold your fire. Oh, we've got my center is after many hours of fighting is crumbling. Shit. We've got a few line infantry regiment actually falling apart at this point. My army is still intact though, but I don't have. I've lost quite a few regiments at this point. This fight in the open is not that good. Boom! Nice shot, and 31st enemy regiment is destroyed. Sent away, which is we have bested yet another Russian attack. I would like to pull forward and destroy this one enemy cannon, but the enemy, as we can see, has a lot of enemies still moving forwards. And there's, as we can see on the battlefield here, quite a few dead bodies. Question is where to hold now. A lot of my units are very, very broken down. I don't think we're gonna hold that area. Another forest somewhere. Maybe we'll just hold this area. I'm not sure. I guess this one is the best, but we'll definitely not hold as far out there as we do right now. And then I need to see which are the strong units here. The ones that are close. So these are the kind of strong units that will be put in the front. And then these 3 will be counted as the weak units. Will be put in the back. I mean, I guess I could kind of call off the attack at this point. And we would have been able to inflict substantial damage on the enemy without actually losing the battle. I don't think it will work like that. Oh shit, so many enemy cavalry units. We have a shitty square out there. It's tempting to go ahead and shoot that, shoot that one down. I want you to be the front line like that. Then this one to be there with a reserve on a tilt towards the hill. Then this one like so, with this one there, and then these three as reserves, not firing in the back, with the general back there. Got an enemy regiment advancing. This one's hidden, so we could have him slowly walk into our range and then shoot him down. Oh, look at that. So many more regiments of horse. This unit has not been discovered as of yet. As soon as it is, I will open fire. You can see the small enemy unit moving forwards there. And they do not yet know. There's 229 men hiding in the forest, ready to shoot them. I think this is close enough. They actually fired first. But of course they were not really able to inflict as much damage as I was. Oh, look at the enemy army that's coming up now. With the cavalry units and so forth. The angle is not really great on this unit. Pull back a bit, and then you will move like that. I wish I had my howitzers with this army. If I had known I was going to face this many Russians, 18,000 of them, I'd definitely put some howitzers in this unit. Maybe the entire thing will change around once I'm able to get those explosive shots for the cannon. They're just riding straight into us. They know they have so many men that it doesn't really matter. Oh, it's broken anyways. Right, fire. And you will hold fire, however. And wait. Now you will fire. Nice. Looks like they're trying to bypass us through the back. Send 2 units over there. Lots of enemies coming through the front. We sent one of the regiments off, but there's still one enemy dragoon there, and there's another dragoon coming over there. The line infantry coming over there, and we've got tons of enemy troops here. Luckily for us, they're moving south with so many men that it's basically impossible for my men to miss their shots, while the enemy is firing in towards the forest, which should provide cover for my men. This little unit is gonna have to be activated just because there's so many enemy troops coming on here and there's so much at stake. Pull back a little bit, get a bit further into the forest. Front line, the Russian attack seems to be faltering. It's being pushed back. So I'm pretty sure we're shooting each other in the back here. This unit of 75 men will be replaced by this one. And now the snow comes. Would you please open fire on these guys and not try to shoot here? You're not even facing this way, you stupid bastard. Ah, shit. Come on. Nice shot, but it didn't really kill that many. But it was nice volley. Right, the line infantry has been sent off. I have no reserves for the center though. Or this flank right here. But if I send the men out, we might be able to do it. Got a small enemy regiment coming up. See if you can break that. These guys are being broken. And oh! It's the Leibgewardi. But holy shit, are we murdering them? Within seconds. This lifeguard unit, this guard unit, was absolutely murdered. I mean, they were murdered in place. Look at that. Just like the formation. Just absolutely shot to pieces. The front line though, 79 men. That's nothing left. Still a lot of enemies. I'm waiting to see the point where there's no reinforcements coming in. And then I'll call the us to advance forwards and encircle this area. Come on, what's going on? I don't want to see any more reinforcements turning up. Let's see what's going on. We've got 12 minutes left. And I can't really see that there's any reinforcements are turning up. But still gotta be careful. These two go out, break that square. If I could win this, that would be majestic, to say the least. Take the reg. I mean, I don't know. As long as they have 20 men on the 20 units on the field, routing or otherwise, then no reinforcements will turn up. And I imagine that might still be the case. And that's why we're not seeing any reinforcements turning up right now. But as soon as some of the units start to leave, that will change. So I've got 2 regiments. Really small ones at this point. Pulling up towards the square. The square is giving good fire though. Once the squares are actually able to fire, but once we're firing back at the square, the great target that the square provides is not really helping them, is it? Okay, you know what? It looks as though this is it for the enemy. These are the last units. The thing is, I don't have a lot of manpower left, to say the least, and so even though we've won a lot in defense, we might not win with this attack. Still gotta be careful. If I kill the cannon, that might force them to move forwards. They still have strong units, so we still have enemy foot guard. That's good to know. They've got foot guard unit. That's gonna absolutely murder me if that gets to shoot at my men in the open. We're blasting that cannon, but we're not really killing it, are we? I'll send this unit up alone. These guys will not withstand going toe to toe with the foot guard, but if we move up forward, unnecessary to say moving up forward, but we move up, fire, and then move back quickly because you see them moving in, getting stuck like that, and then before the lifeguard is able to return fire, the Swedish have disappeared like Vietnamese farmers going back into the rice field. Oh, this line was Forced back by enemy militia. You know what? Looks like the enemy is actually pushing forward at this point. Back to the forest! Oh, they still have one more cannon. This one was hit, and just one shot off from these guys. We're almost able to break it. Right. I want you to take there and hold these three out on the flank, and you three there, and hold your fire. Hopefully we'll be able to hide in the forest before the enemy gets close, and I can fire off a close shot. I think we have a possibility of routing that militia with the general charge plus some soldiers firing. Okay, the enemy is shuffling about back and forth. We'll fire on them as they do that. I have these three units ready to come in the flank with a general charge towards this militia. These three will be ready to fire on the guards as they move forwards here. So I want the... Okay, let's move forwards. It's now or never, gentlemen. Okay, the guards are coming close. They're firing into the flank on this unit. It's not going to be nice for us. Have the general come in, and then these three moving close. Let's see if the general can go even further. And then make sure, yes, everyone's got fire at will. The general is messing up all that line and then is pulling back. We'll hold this one, hold its fire. Make sure the general gets out safe. Ooh, just as they're about to contact with our unit, we shoot them down. Enemy cavalry unit. It's going to be important that we shoot that one down. These guys break without really fighting and even running past the general. Inglorious. Biggie unit will march out. Keep concentrating on the square. Keep concentrating over there. Form square as the enemy cavalry is closing in. And then a square is going to hold while this one shoots them down. Hopefully that's the plan. These guys firing over here. We've got this one routing. Okay, keep firing over here. Same with you. Ah, nice. Enemy cavalry is broken, but so are those two regiments. Break square and pull back. Okay, this one needs to go badly. And the guard needs to go badly as well. And when I say go, need to go, I don't mean to go to the toilet. Bloody square is still holding. You know what? We'll pull back. Reorganize a little bit. Come back in force. This one's doing well against the square though. But I'm not sure this one's doing too well against these guys. And if the general could get these two back, that would be perfect. You know what? Everyone back. Everyone back. Run. Ooh, no, 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 no. I see a possibility here. These guys might charge these ones in the back. General, if you could rally these guys, that would be nice. See what's going on. Let them ride past us. And yes, destroy the enemy cavalry. That's a very nice target. Too nice for the guards. Let's continue to pull back. Oh shit, this one fell. The bloody foot guards, how will I deal with them? This one will hold against these, possibly. Is he hidden? Yes, he is hidden. Good. That's an ambush. These three will hurry over here with the general. General's gonna be key to this. Oh, you're coming in on a flank, are you? Prepare to be volleyed. You bastards. From a nice forested position, being able to fire them at a good angle, destroying them. The foot guards. The way to kill them is with the general charging and the infantry striking at sort of the same time. Okay, you know what? Let's keep him going. 145, bigger unit, go back, try to get these guys. These two continue this way. See if about getting the general around, he can charge down the enemy cannons. If they would activate this one, they could encircle this regiment, but no, they're not that clever, are they? 145 men. Forward, destroy that one. The general has been able to bypass the guards. And he'll be able to strike the enemy cannons. The enemy's broken. Come on, destroy that. And then let's see what we can do with the guards. Ah, this one's not doing too well. How come the cannon is not killed off yet? We cannot withstand a shot from the guards. We're gonna have to pull back. I can't believe these guys are still standing. Oh, the general took out that one. Oh, nice. Oh, you know what? These two in the forest hold fire. They're gonna hide. The guard's gonna come on. These guys gonna move around, hopefully flank around, get the guards from the flank. And we might not have to charge. Oh shit. The time is running out quickly. I don't think we will be able to do this. Shit. I don't think we'll be able to do this in time. Let's see, the general's about to strike. Everyone forwards. We've got seconds left. Oh, the entire line was more or less turned upside down there. The guards are running away. Kind of ish. Oh, if I just had a few seconds. Oh, a victory! This took an entire bloody hour to complete, but I was able to be victorious. Close victory only. We'll take a look at the statistics and, you know what, I'll explain the situation as well. Holy crap, what a victory. And so here we have the statistics of the battle, I lost 3,000 men out of a 4,000 army, so that's not very good. 75% of my force got destroyed. However, out of the enemy's 17,000 men that they deployed, 11,000 are still there on the field, dead and dying. However, though, as we can see, I have 856 men left, compared to the enemy, which have 6,000. And about 400 men were killed by my own, which is not very good. And one cannon was utterly destroyed. But killing 11,000 men is pretty darn good. We've got one unit here being able to kill 1,200. Actually, 3 of them being able to kill, well, 4 of them being able to kill almost 1,000 Russians each. Poor performance by the cannons. 1 regiment of horse. The regiment of horse would not really put to good use. The hussars, yeah, kinda. All the line infantry performed pretty well, I'd say. But holy shit, what a battle! Since it's the enemy turn, we'll go ahead and let it go run through, and then I'll tell you sort of what happened up to this point, leading up to this battle. Let's see. I press here as they all retreat away. The remnants of a once proud army, and a lot of these, I imagine quite a few of those units will die as well. But it doesn't look as though I'll be able to siege and take the town. I mean, I don't have the cannon power, and it'll be risky, to say the least, to attack, but given the, you know, that was one hell of a battle, and, you know, we might even be able to sue for peace. Oh, god damn it! Big battle here as well. Well, I guess I'll quickly fight through this one, and then I'll tell you what led up to all this. Or, you know what? There's already been such a long video. Let's go ahead and end it right here, and I'll tell you what happened afterwards in the next video. So hopefully, you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully, I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!